Hi, Miss Sarah from Oxford Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a balloon boat. Just like that. To make this craft, you are going to need scissors and a big container of water. So this is best done in things like a bathtub or maybe a pool or a kiddie pool. A sink will do, but it's better if you have something really big, so that way your balloon boat has a lot of room to go around. If you don't happen to have a big container of water that you can use for this activity, please let me know and I will help you get something available. So that way you can still do your craft no matter what. But let's go ahead and start looking at the directions on how you can make your very own balloon boat. The first step of making your balloon boat is your sponge. We are going to take our sponge and we are going to make one side of it, one of our short sides, into a point. So we're going to make it into like a little pentagon. So this is optional, but if you would like to use a marker to draw the lines before you cut it, so that way you can make sure you have the exact angles that you'd like. But otherwise, I'm just going to cut mine. I think I'm going to do a line like this. A line like that. I have my lines, and I'm just going to cut like this. So my sponge is already a little bit damp. It's not required, but you might find it easier to do these next few steps, like cutting sponge, when it is slightly damp. So there we go. Gonna look just like that. Our next step is we're going to, in the middle of our sponge here, we're going to make just a little line. We're gonna cut a little line. So for this step, you may want to use a knife, in which case we ask that grown-ups do it, so that way we're all staying safe. Or, like I'm just gonna use scissors, just to cut a very teeny tiny line here. I don't want to cut it so that way there's like a chunk missing. I just want a straight across line like this. To do that with scissors, I'm just gonna fold it in half. And where I think the middle will be, I'm just gonna kind of cut like this. And that one little cut made a perfect line that I need right here in the middle. Now that our sponge is cut, let's take our balloons and we're gonna blow it up just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of a stretch. Like that, and then just gently release it. Now that our balloon is stretched, I'm going to take the mouthpiece of my balloon and I'm going to stick it through the line we cut in our sponge. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just poking it through like that. And you want to have it out like this, so that way you can kind of see maybe about an inch of the end of the balloon. Next, I'm going to take my straw. So for my straw, I am going to cut about 3 inches. So I'm just going to eyeball it. If you would like to measure, that's okay. I'm just going to cut a little straw piece off. The rest of my straw I'm going to set aside for later. But for this one, now that I have my little straw piece, I'm going to put it in the mouth of my balloon. Just like this. It doesn't have to go in a whole lot. Just like that. Then I'm going to take one of my rubber bands and wrap the rubber bands, or the one rubber band, excuse me, around that mouthpiece of my balloon and straw. Okay. It's okay if your rubber band gets like just on a part that is just balloon, as long as it's not restricting the airway. So that means that it's not tight enough that you can't get air through it. Okay, once it's like that, I'm just gonna pull my balloon back up like this. Now I should be able to blow through the straw and inflate my balloon. Perfect. Just gonna slowly let the air out. Do you see how it slowly lets itself deflate? That's because with the sponge pinching the balloon like this, it kind of decreases how fast the air lets out. And that is really all the steps you need for your balloon boat. So what you're going to do is with your big container of water, you're going to blow up your balloon through the straw, pinch it closed, and then set the sponge on the water, and then when you're ready, let it go and it should zoom off. Now, you want to make sure that your straw is pointing to the back of your boat, so the end that we didn't cut, to make it go forward. If you're seeing that your sponge is kind of going in all different directions because this is kind of not staying behind, that's where the second rubber band comes in. This is optional, so you don't have to do it, but if you would like to just do 2 times just to make sure it stays on the back, then that's okay too. Just like this, and then zooms off, right? It's a really simple craft to make, but it's going to be a lot of fun and you're going to want to do it over and over again. After you do it a couple times with the directions that I've just given you, go ahead and try doing some different things to experiment and see if you might be able to make your balloon boat go better. Maybe there's a way to make it go faster. Things like how long the straw is. Maybe if you have at home a thicker sponge to use. Maybe how much you inflate the balloon affects how it rides in the water. There's a whole bunch of different things to test. And it's a really cool thing to do if you make a chart to go along with it. So that way you can keep track of all the results that you've had. So that's it. This is a really simple craft, but again, a lot of fun to do. As in your kit, you also have a pirate ship craft that you can do. And again, the instructions are included. I don't have a video to show you to how to make it because it's really simple. You just color in the boat with crayon. The wax will help your boat stay afloat and not be affected by the water. Then make sure your mast is up with your straw, your sails on that, and then just blow and it shoots off your boat just like that. It's a really fun thing and I hope that you guys try both out and maybe you'll have a preference of which one you like the best. Otherwise, I hope to see you at the library soon and I hope you guys are having a wonderful summer. Bye!